Alright, I have a ton of stuff to tell you guys about today. First things first, you guys saw the title. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about a plugin. So about 3 weeks ago, Denise, the company that makes this plugin, which is called Noise 2 by the way, they hit me up. They were like, are you interested in checking this out? We have this plugin, maybe make a video about it. I was like, sure, send it over, I'll take a look and I'll let you know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I had no idea this plugin even existed. I downloaded it, I started messing with it and oh my god. Literally in a matter of like 2 weeks, this plugin went from like I didn't even know it existed to like top 5. I use it on every single thing and it just became one of like those plugins that it's in my like daily roster that I just use on every single thing that I make now. When you look at it, the interface looks really like minimalistic and it looks like you can't really do that much, but when you get into it and using a little bit of creativity, you can do some crazy stuff with this plugin and I'm going to talk about it in a second. Before we talk about that though, I wanted to tell you guys about a couple of things. The time has finally arrived. I've been teasing you guys about this contest for a very long time. It was a 40,000 subscriber contest. So at some point during this video, I'm going to announce all the rules, everything that there is to know, how to submit, the prizes. There's actual prizes. It's not just going to be like, oh, good job, you won the contest. It's going to be prizes, like real physical prizes. It's going to be crazy. Hope you're excited for that. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me how the coronavirus situation is evolving here in Italy, and I feel like I haven't given you an update in a second, so I think this is a good time for that. So literally today we entered what the state called the phase 2 of this whole pandemic plan. Basically what that means is that we're allowed to go outside. Most activities are opening back up, restaurants, barbershops, everything is opening back up. Within like 2 or 3 weeks, we're gonna see what this actually does to the numbers, like how many people get infected, how many people die, but I feel like this is the right step to take right now because if we stay closed for too long, even if that's good as far as like the coronavirus numbers, the country's gonna get destroyed. Millions of families are gonna just get devastated by this whole thing, lose their jobs, not be able to pay their rents. So I just feel like we need to move forward. I feel like we're just gonna have to learn to live with it, at least for a while. For the time being, we're just gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna be there, it's not gone by any means, but we just have to learn how to live together with it. It's like a bad roommate. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick update, and I'm actually really curious to know what the situation is where you guys are. I know you guys are from all over the place, so let me know in the comment if it's getting any better, if it's getting worse, like just what's going on. If you guys are doing all right, I hope you're staying safe, and just let me know what's up. Woo! Fire! Now that we have a little bit of a melody, let me talk to you about this plugin. The plugin is called Noise 2, and as the name suggests, at the core of it, it's a noise plugin. But it does a lot more than that, especially when you get a little bit creative and find some like creative solutions. You can literally create percussions using only this plugin. You can do so many things. Let me try to start from the beginning and show you a little bit of how it works. So on the left side and right side, we have an input and output fader, pretty straightforward. Right here in the middle, we have 4 main knobs. The one at the top right here called mix, this one basically selects how much noise you want to have. So 0 is no noise, 100 is all the possible noise. Here on the left, we have this rise and fall knob, which is basically attack and release. This is really useful when you're making it like follow a rhythm, so you can set exactly when you want it to start and when you want it to stop. Here on the right, we have a filter, high pass and low pass, so you can kind of like cut out the frequencies that you don't need. And here at the bottom, we have a stereo knob, which is, you know, if you want a stereo, if you want a mono, and anywhere in between. Then right here at the bottom, we have 4 main buttons. We have the first one right here, which is called adapt. This is my favorite thing in this whole plugin. Basically what it does, it's like an auto sidechain type thing. When you have it on, basically the noise is only going to play when there's actual sound coming through the plugin. So if you have like a quiet part or in between notes, the noise is not going to just go and make everything muddy, but it's only going to come in when you want it to, basically. Then we have this reverse button, which we're going to get into in a second. And then after that, we have this like little menu with a bunch of different noises: white, brown, violet, pink, blue, chip, smile, frown. These are all very different noises. Some of them are like darker, some of them are brighter, and they just kind of add like a different texture. And then over here at the end, we have this solo button, which basically allows you to just listen to the noise without listening to the actual audio. Alright, let's try to add some noise to this melody and just make it a little bit like grittier. Fire, I love that. It's nice and subtle, but it just kind of adds that layer of like uniqueness to the melody and it just makes it sound a little more interesting. Now, I really like this chip noise that we selected, but I want to show you something crazy. So instead of picking chip, we're going to go on load sample. What this allows you to do is load up any sample you want, any audio file, and just import it and use it as noise. As you can imagine, because you can pick literally any audio file you want, you can get super creative with this and just add some like weird, unique textures to your melodies in like 2 seconds. For example, we could go and find like a vinyl crackle Oracle sample. I really like this decap one. Shout out to decap. That's perfect. I'm gonna load it in, and within the plugin you can actually mess with the actual sample, cut it up, make it shorter, change the pitch, change the gain, change the filters. You can really shape it exactly like you want it. Woo! Fire, that's perfect. It just adds a little bit of texture at the top, almost like a rhythmic sound, and it just makes it so much more unique than it was at the beginning. Alright, stay with me here. I'm gonna show you something that's gonna literally blow your mind. Alright, so I'm gonna start by pulling up a hi-hat sample. It doesn't really matter what it is. We're gonna write down a MIDI part for this hi-hat. Perfect, now we're gonna get rid of this hi-hat sound, and we're literally gonna use that plugin to create a percussion. We're gonna start by turning on solo so we don't hear the hi-hat, we just hear the plugin. Turn up the mix a little bit so we can actually hear some noise, and we're gonna turn down the fall a bunch. So it literally follows exactly the rhythm that we drew with the hi-hat. That took us literally 2 seconds, and we created a percussion from scratch. It's a pretty unique sounding percussion too, and you can keep messing with like different types of noises, load up your own samples, apply the same method, and just create these unique percussions that are just really cool. Alright, since we got this far, let's add some kick, snare, and 808. My favorite uses of this plugin is on 808s, but before I tell you about that, let's finally talk about this freaking contest. Let's go. Alright, contest. So this is how it's gonna work. You guys are gonna download Oracle, which is a free cymatics pack. You guys probably already have it. You guys can pick any melody from the sample, you're gonna flip it, and you're gonna submit it through the link in the description. Also, all the different steps, all the rules, everything that you need to do is at the link in the description, so make sure to just read that whole page beginning to end. Don't skip any step, because if you miss a step, you're not gonna be entered in the contest. So you guys have about 4 days from right now to submit your beats. After that, we're gonna put all the beats on the Discord. We have a system set up, and you guys are gonna vote. And the top 16 people that get picked by the Discord community are gonna come live with me. I'm gonna call them up one by one on the stream, unless they really don't want to, but I don't see why not. We can chat a little bit, we can listen to your beat, and then the community, live, and myself are gonna pick the 3 winners. The first place winner is gonna win an Akai MPK Mini Mark II, which I'm just gonna send to whatever address they want me, all over the world, as long as you guys have Amazon. You guys are gonna win a 1-hour private session with me. All of my sample packs, RIP Speakers Volume 1, 2, and Twisted Dreams. 1 month of a top tier membership to my channel, which is something that I'm going to talk to you about in a little bit. And then an exclusive Battle Champ like Discord role title. So that's for whoever gets first place. For second place and third place, there are different prizes. Just go check them out at the link in the description. I hope you guys are excited. I'm super excited for this contest. I hope you guys are going to have a lot of fun with the melodies. And yeah, we're just going to have a blast. Alright, 808. So you picked your sample, you made your part, you did everything that you wanted to do, and it sounds pretty damn good, but it's just missing that little bit of buzz. There's a little bit of something that, especially on like smaller speakers like phones and stuff, it really makes it like punch through. Sure, you can go in and add some like saturation or distortion, and that works just fine, but I really like the texture of white noise on top of my 808s, especially when it's really short and pretty quiet, but it just adds that little bit of like a little bit of rumble. So these are usually my settings on noise too for 808s. I keep my rise and fall at 0 so it's nice and short, and I keep my mix pretty low just so it's just like a little bit of texture. Even though it's subtle though, check it out, it makes a huge difference. So this is without. Now I'm gonna turn it on. Hey! Woo! That hits so much harder. Since I started doing this, I've basically been doing it on like all my beats. I just put a little bit of white noise on my 808s. So yeah, as you guys can probably tell by now, I really like this plugin. It became one of my like everyday use plugins, and I just really like it. If you guys are interested in checking it out, the link is at the description. Right now they have a 20% off on all the plugins on their website, and this plugin is only like 29 bucks to start with. So with the discount, it's probably around like 25 bucks. Totally worth it. So yeah, if you're interested, link is in the description. All right, here we go. Why are we outside? I don't really know. I guess it's because we can. No more quarantine. We're free to go out, and I really miss just being outside. All right, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe button, notification bell. I really hope you guys are going to join the contest. They're going to have fun flipping the samples. It should be a lot of fun. All right, I guess this is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video all the way through. I'll see you next time, and as always, be positive, and positive things will happen.